Hello everyone, and welcome to the review, a quick review of the WPL model. This is called the Hercules, but it's actually a Toyota Hilux model, an older Hilux, and they even give you a hint that it's from the 80s. Nothing to do with the model they are describing. So without other stories about it, I'm just going to take it out of the box because the car is more important than the box, and it comes in the same plastic that holds it like the other WPL models. Here is a bag with a lot of goodies. We are going to take a look at those: the charger, the car, of course the transmitter. I'm just going to put this away. The transmitter is the same one with no proportional steering. Is just to switch maximum left, maximum right, but the throttle here, it is proportional. We get a small manual, English manual, and it shows us how to use these parts and where to install them, and there are a lot of details inside, such as hooks for towing the car, lamps for the top of the car, adapter for here where you can step on it, a ladder or something like that. You have trailer hooks, you have rear view mirrors, you have handles, you have a snorkel, you have windshield wipers. So all of those are in this bag here and will make the car look more realistic. Alright, so the Hercules model, or also called C14, because there's also C24. This one is the open bed. The other one is this model here with a bed on the rear. This one is open. This one also has a spare tire, which is actually a real spare tire, so it can be used on the car itself. Underneath we have the similar chassis, metal chassis, two plates, metal plates, and the rest of the components fixed to them. You have suspension on both ends. You don't have leaf springs like on the other cars, and I'm going to show you another WPL as a comparison. So this is the B model, or B1, or I can't remember because I have a few of them. I'm building a collection with WPLs, and this one has leaf springs, as you can see. This one has normal springs, and they are enclosed in what resembles to be a shock absorber. It's a spring inside, and that's all. Don't expect to have a real shock absorber. There's nothing like that inside. It's just a metal rod with a spring on it. They also has a kind of hinge to allow some movement and flexibility, and it also has some reinforcement so that the wheels won't, the axle will not rotate too much, and this will actually limit travel. A good thing on this model is the drive shafts are not bent insanely high as on the other models. This one is on the brink of taking itself apart when it rotates because of the angles, which are too steep. This one actually has a more decent angle of rotation, and it's a bit more smooth. Other than that, they share the same electronics, or crappytronics, because they are totally junk. They are using this NiCad battery, 700 milliamps hour, and I'm going to hook it up. And if I turn on the car, it's flashing the headlamps. It doesn't have any tail lamps. This means that it's searching for a transmitter, and all you need to do is just turn it on, wait a bit, and now it's connected. And look at this so-called servo, and on the other side, so it's a motor that simply spins and uses some kind of clutch, and it makes a hell of a noise. At least the throttle is more nice, it's proportional, and you can do some really fine movement. It doesn't have, the ESC doesn't have any kind of braking, so if you trying to brake, you actually engage in reverse and you switch from forward to backward directly, which is not good for this plastic drive shaft, but this one go very fast and should not be destroyed on the first run. And I like that you can really crawl with this, very fine, as you can see. But the steering is, it's actually using more power steering than driving itself. It's terrible, but as you can see, if you choose the kit version, you can see here a kit version from WPL. They come with a lot of upgrades, and those includes a real servo, more powerful motor, and better tires. You need to provide your own transmitter and receiver and ESC, but those cars are a lot more better than the ready-to-run version, which this one is. So this is the, I'm just going to call it a Hilux model from WPL. It's also called a WPL C. A really nice design of a car. It's realistic. The body shell has good value because you can mod this and turn it into a realistic looking car. You can paint it, age it, change the tires and so on. You actually have a platform to work on, and for the price of the car, that makes it a good choice. But don't expect quality from this kind of electronics and mechanics, because they are very weak and very poor in quality. At least it doesn't even have a servo. So this was my quick overview of this newer model. I do hope that soon I'm going to find time to mod this into a proper RC model, but not the design, only the electronics. I do have on order some smaller ESCs for them. I do have the receiver, I have the transmitter on the way, so most of the parts are going to arrive soon, and I'm going to start modding this. And I'm really thinking of modding all of my WPLs to make them real proper driving cars, and after that, maybe when I have time, I'm going to look into design some things like painting or detailing them. But my first issue with them is the electronics, which I want to replace. So until then, bye bye.